Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Conquer College Admissions. Today I'm going to be talking about 7 things I wish I knew before I started college or even when I was already attending college. And so I thought this would be really useful and resourceful and also inspirational for you so that you can navigate this college admissions journey with more excitement, purpose, and passion. So let's go ahead and get started. If you are new to my channel, my name is Julie Kim and I'm a graduate of USC and Harvard, now helping and guiding and mentoring high school students to get accepted into their dream Ivy League and top tier. If you are here for the first time, click on the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I release new videos every single week. The reason why I'm recording this video is because I wanted to tell you something a little bit more vulnerable and honest, and that is, when I was in high school, I was very competitive and I always thought I need to get into a good school. I need to get into USC, Harvard, or wherever it may be. Thankfully and fortunately, I hit my goal. I got the letter from USC, I got the letter from Harvard, and so many people were happy for me. My parents were excited for me and all of that. But what I realized was that I would be happy forever, that I would be successful forever, that I would just be excited all the time. And now looking back, it's really not about just hitting that one goal and letting that be just like your final destination, because life is more than that. And after you get into your dream school, now what? And after you graduate from your dream school, now what? So now my mission and purpose is to, of course, help students hit their goal, get into where they want, but I want students to do that with purpose. I want students to do that not from a place of I need to prove this to someone, but only to live your potential, live the life that you want, so that even if you do get accepted into your dream Ivy League, that you will keep that happiness and excitement forever and do even more amazing things. So it was a little bit chatty in the beginning of the video, but I felt like it's really important to share this reason with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Lesson number 1 I want to share with you is that GPA and SAT scores do not define success. What defines success, I believe, is 2 things. Number 1 is your grit, and number 2 is your passion, or there's so many other ways to say this word. Passion, your interest, your calling, what makes you excited. That's what we call passion. So let's first talk about grit. What grit means is that you continue to work hard despite setbacks, despite failures, despite mistakes. You never give up. People who are successful are not necessarily the smartest student in the class, or they're not the richest student in the class. It's someone who doesn't give up. And so when my students work on passion projects with me, or we reach out to professors and the first one is a rejection email, or the first passion project didn't go as planned, I say, that's great. You're on the path to success. Because without failure, without mistakes, and without understanding the courage it takes to go from I failed to I'm gonna give it another go, that's where you grow. And so grit, very important, and colleges also view this very, very highly. The second one is passion. You know, people say, oh, go out there and find your own passion, but if you think about it, you don't have to go out anywhere to find your passion. It's all within you, because you need to explore and reflect on what's important to you and what you want to experience. So it's from inside to outside. It's never from outside to inside, unless you encounter something that excites you from an external force. But it's really important that you explore what might be your passion or your interest early on, because most high school students and college students, even after they graduate, they don't know what they want to do. And people who are already working in my age group or older, most of them are just living day by day. they're not excited or passionate about what they do. They just do it because they have to make ends meet, because it's just normal to do what feels safe and comfortable. So if you find what you love and what you like, then what you decide to do as your career or for where you want to go for college is going to be so much more fun and exciting. The second lesson is that there are only two outcomes in life. Number one, you've either succeeded. Number two, you're on your way to your success. And I used to think, oh wow, I don't have the best SAT scores, or I don't have, a lot of time and the resources to attend summer programs. But I didn't label that as I'm a failure. I didn't label that as, oh, I'm not good enough. That is a part of my success journey. Because I didn't have a lot of resources, I created a passion project of my own. Because I didn't have the good SAT scores, I focused on what I really wanted to do with my life in my essays, and I shared that with my teachers so they could also write me good recommendation letters. So there is no such thing as I have this set of grades, so I'm a loser or I'm not smart enough. Obviously, you want to improve gradually, you want to give your best, but to be honest, there are certain things that is hard for some people. For me, that was definitely the SAT and ACT. And the lesson here is that we don't label this as a failure, because that is just one event that will take you to your ultimate success and hitting your goal. Number three is that it's okay to change your mind about your major, your career, your preferences, and your values, and even college. I mean, look at me, I transferred from UCLA to USC. It's okay to change your mind. Some students are like, this is what I decided to do as an engineer, as a comp sci major, so this is what I'm gonna do. Even though they hate it, even though they know that it's not really what they want to do. It's okay to change your plans, shift things. Life is not supposed to just be stagnant at the same place, because it's supposed to be a series of events that takes you to where you really want to go and need to go. So don't feel bad about changing your plans. A few of my students, they go from comp sci to international relations. Some of my students actually want to combine pre-law and international relations together. So there's so many ways to merge different majors, passion projects, and all of that. So you don't need to be always fixated on this or that. It's all okay. Merge it, drop it, change your mind. But one thing I would recommend though is not to make a decision based on fear. If you are making a decision to change something because you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like you're not going to be competitive for the colleges, then that's not a good decision, because a good decision comes from abundance and just feeling good about it, instead of feeling like you're really anxious and fearful. Lesson number 4 is that college is just simply a resource. So for example, let's say two students, they both got accepted into UPenn or Princeton or Harvard. One person can make the most out of it by creating their own passion project, doing research with the professor, creating their own business, whatever it may be. And then one student could stay very reactive. So meaning, these courses are so boring. Why did I come to Princeton or UPenn? So what I'm trying to get at is, yes, going to an Ivy League and top tier is an amazing, amazing resource. I absolutely loved studying at Harvard. I'm still truly, truly grateful for that experience. But in that circumstance and that environment, it's up to you to decide what you're going to do. Just like what you're doing as a high school student, you could just be complaining about how competitive this college admissions process is. Or you can take some action by creating your own passion project, reaching out to professors, networking, and all of those things. So make sure to keep that in mind, so that you're not just reacting from your circumstance, but you're actually creating and doing something about it. It's always about being proactive. That wins anyone else who's lazy, feeling like they're not good enough, and just like not taking any action because they just feel like, oh, what's the whole point? The next lesson is, the bigger goal you set, the more things you experience in life. So if I can only see from here to here in terms of how life is, this is how much I will experience. if I set a really, really high goal because I really want it and that's the life that I want to live and that's the school that I want to go, I will experience this much. So it's about your perspective and expanding that. For example, when I told my family and friends that I wanted to go to Harvard, especially like close people around me were like, they're like, oh really? Like good luck. Like, why do you want to go to grad school? All of these things. And I think a lot of people tend to not support really big dreams because they're scared for you. They're like, oh, like, it's pretty competitive, but good luck. But I just decided that I wanted to set this crazy goal because I'm coming from a place of I didn't have the best SAT scores, so I could have easily felt like I would not belong there or I would not be deserving enough to study at Harvard. But I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna live my life the way that I want to and experience all of it. So I set my goal, worked towards it, focused on my passion, my values, all of the things that I talk about, and I got in. And that was the happiest day of my life. And I literally remember crying for a good few minutes because I was just so shocked that I've hit my goal, that I've made it to where I really wanted to be. And my time at Harvard was amazing. I felt a different level of energy. People were so smart, engaging, they challenged me. And like looking back, I think once I'm 56 years old, I can look back and be like, wow, I'm so grateful that I was able to study there, and I'm so grateful that I was able to set this really big goal. And even now as an entrepreneur and then as an educator, my goal is really, really big. I am on a mission to spread this message of finding your passion and using that to get into colleges, and I'm going to go full force with it. So for you, I also want you to do the same. Challenge yourself, set big goals, apply to Ivy Leagues and top tier, position yourself in a compelling way and work on what you can do within your capacity, and challenge yourself even more by networking, creating passion projects, and all of that. My next lesson for you is that life is not linear. So just because you have a C this semester, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a B and then to a B plus and then to an A. It's not linear at all. So sometimes you might be really frustrated that your SAT score is not high enough, your GPA is not high enough, your passion project is not working out. So life is like, it goes down, up, and then down, up, and then it goes really down, and it goes really up, right? So it is not linear. So if you're expecting that one thing is going to lead to the next thing in a better way, that's really a horrible belief system to have, because that's going to torture you, right? Because you're going to think, wow, I got a B, why can't I get an A? I created this passion project, why can't I get featured on a magazine? It doesn't work that way. So you need to understand that you need to be proactive and put yourself out there, fail, make mistakes, and that in itself leads to the ultimate success you're looking for. So in your case, it will be getting into Caltech, MIT, Harvard, all of those things. My last lesson for you is that you really, really need to master your time management skills in high school. That's because you think, oh, in high school, I could just like cram and pull all-nighters. But let me tell you, once you get to college, it's a different level of commitment, and you're just gonna have so many responsibilities in addition to what you have with classes. And so managing your time is so crucial. And I teach how to manage your time, how to study for quizzes and tests and all of that. But I really encourage you to tackle that now. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just do that later, I just need to get into a good school. Well, if you want to do a lot, if you want to do something that's meaningful, that's going to help you stand out, your passion project, reaching out, professor work, whatever, you need to be able to manage your time well, because time is your only resource and it is limited. You don't have 10,000 hours a day, you only have 24, and half of the time we use it to sleep. So it's important to master your time management, because it's not just going to take you to where you want to go in terms of college, it's going to take you to even the next level and for life. And so I'm a huge time management geek and I love talking about this kind of stuff. We also have videos on time management, so we'll link that here, but I encourage you to master your time management. That was it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed the 7 lessons that I wish I knew before going to college. or even while I was attending college, and I mixed this up with college admissions details and resources. So I hope that it was a good combination for you. As always, we have so many free resources such as this YouTube channel. So if you didn't subscribe, make sure to click the subscribe button. We also have our podcast, Demystifying College Admissions Podcast, and we have our Facebook group. We have almost 4,000 members in there, I believe. Everyone's helping each other out. I post free live training sometimes. It's just a great community to be in so that you feel supported in the community. So the Facebook group is Conquer College Admissions, same name as this YouTube channel. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!